Costco doesn't rely on flashy promotions, and it never pressures you to buy anything. Yet somehow, most shoppers walk out with carts piled high, and the strong feeling that they just saved a ton of money. That's not magic. It's a carefully engineered formula. From the bare concrete floors to the $1.50 hot dog counter, every detail serves one purpose: getting you to spend more while still believing you're being smart about it. You'd be awesome if you liked this video. 1. Costco targets high-income, suburban shoppers. Many people still assume Costco is a place for those trying to tighten their belts: blue-collar workers, students, or middle-class households struggling through inflation. But in reality, the audience Costco targets is wealthier than you might think. According to Costco's own data, their ideal customer is a woman between 35 and 45 years old, living in the suburbs, with a family, homeownership, and an average household income above $125,000 a year. These are shoppers with strong buying power and enough space to store bulk purchases like a full case of toilet paper, several pounds of frozen meat, or multiple jumbo containers of laundry detergent at once. They typically have a garage, an extra freezer, and a routine shopping habit with average receipts well over $100 per visit. For this group, buying in bulk isn't a burden. They can easily purchase 4 dozen eggs for baking, daily meals, or portioning and freezing for the month. They can invest in an expensive home audio system because they know they have both the money and the space to actually enjoy it. By contrast, for people living in cities, small apartments, or on tighter monthly budgets, buying in bulk can quickly become a liability. Large packages that don't get fully used turn into waste. Buying extra just in case can leave refrigerators and closets overflowing while bank accounts quietly shrink. What's interesting is how subtly Costco packages the idea of savings. They never say you have to be wealthy to shop there, but everything, from product sizing and store layout to membership fees, is clearly designed around a very specific lifestyle and financial profile. And that's why many people don't realize the truth. This model may not actually fit them, even though they believe they're chasing lower prices. 2. The no questions asked return policy and the hidden downside. Costco's generous return policy is its most celebrated soft weapon. You can return almost anything if you're not satisfied, even if it's been opened, used, or you no longer have the receipt. In theory, this creates a stress-free shopping experience and makes everyone feel safe. But behind that generosity lies a series of unintended consequences that many shoppers never notice. First, this policy encourages careless purchasing. When people know they can just return it if they don't like it, they're far more likely to buy items they're unsure they'll actually use. That means you're temporarily tying up your money in products you may not truly need and may never return. The item sits at home, you forget about it, or you don't feel like making the trip back. In the end, you're still the one who paid. On top of that, easy returns gradually loosen consumer discipline. Some shoppers develop the habit of buying, trying, and returning as if it's normal behavior. What many don't realize is that Costco tracks each member's return history. If you abuse the policy, repeatedly buying and returning items, especially high-ticket products, your account can be flagged. There have been cases where memberships were permanently revoked because the shopper was classified as a high-risk customer. During the holiday season, this pattern becomes even more dangerous. People spend freely to try things out and buy gifts they aren't sure they'll give, then return everything in bulk after the holidays. Even if you get your money back, the real costs, time, effort, gas, and product depreciation are very real. The generous return policy is a double-edged sword. It gives peace of mind, but it also encourages impulsive spending and creates a false sense of financial safety. Real savings don't come from the ability to return items. They come from making the right choices in the first place. Costco gives you the right to return, but no one guarantees you won't pay a price for using it. 3. The sunk cost psychological effect. There's a very familiar feeling right after you pay for a Costco membership. I need to shop here more to get my money's worth. That harmless-sounding thought is actually a textbook example of a psychological bias many people don't realize they're experiencing. The sunk cost fallacy. This mental mechanism pushes us to keep using something we've already paid for, even when it's no longer truly necessary or suitable. For example, if you've bought a movie ticket and the movie turns out to be terrible, you'll often stay and watch it anyway, just because you already paid. The same thing happens with a Costco membership. Once you've spent $60 or $120 a year, your brain quietly nudges you to shop more, visit more often, and make the most of the card. As a result, many people start spending more every time they go to Costco. It begins with toilet paper and laundry detergent, then turns into an impulse electronics purchase or a beautifully packaged holiday snack set. None of these were on the original list, but they're easily justified with the thought, I already have the membership, I might as well. What makes this dangerous is how natural it feels. You don't feel like you're overspending. On the contrary, you believe you're saving money and maximizing your membership benefits. But when you add up a full year of spending, many shoppers are shocked to realize that the money spent to make it worth it often far exceeds what they would have spent buying selectively at a regular grocery store, only when needed. Costco understands this psychology extremely well. They don't need aggressive advertising. They just need you to create your own reason to come back. The system doesn't force you. It simply uses consumer psychology to guide you into spending more without feeling guilty. Real savings don't come from trying to squeeze every drop out of a membership. They come from knowing when to stop, buying only what you actually need, and clearly separating real value from the feeling of getting your money's worth. Otherwise, you end up buying more, not out of necessity, but simply to reassure yourself that you spent wisely. Like this video if this surprised you. 4. Store layout and subtle buying triggers. Costco doesn't rely on loud background music or giant promotional signs to encourage spending. Instead, its warehouse-style layout appears rough, simple, and even chaotic. But it's all very intentional. The scattered shelving and lack of clear directional signage aren't accidents. They're designed to make shoppers walk through multiple sections and pass countless products before reaching what they originally came for. Along the way, many unplanned items quietly end up in the cart. By placing everyday necessities next to premium, high-ticket items, Costco keeps shoppers in a constant state of comparison. A box of toothpaste might sit right beside a high-end stainless steel cookware set or a massive flat-screen TV. Walking past expensive items without buying them creates the illusion that you've saved a lot of money. That feeling alone is often enough to justify spending on smaller extras, pastries, snacks, or household items that were never part of the plan. The use of randomness in the layout also serves another purpose, keeping shoppers in the store longer. The longer people wander, the higher the chance they'll spend more. The uncertainty of where things are turns shopping into a low-pressure, almost leisurely spending experience. Subtle, but highly effective. Sampling stations are another key part of the experience. Each small bite isn't just a friendly gesture, it's a gentle reminder that the product is worth buying. Tasting something for free creates a sense of familiarity and satisfaction, which often leads shoppers to purchase an entire tray, even if they never intended to visit that section in the first place. Without visual overload or sensory manipulation, Costco guides consumer behavior through spatial design itself, a space where every detail is carefully calculated to encourage spending in the most natural way possible. 5. Buying in bulk leads to waste if you can't use it all. Costco creates the feeling of buy once, use for the whole month. Giant bags of snacks, oversized jugs of laundry detergent, multi-pound packs of frozen meat, or even entire loaves of bakery bread, all of it gives the impression of long-term savings. But reality is often less pleasant, especially when your actual usage doesn't keep up with the pace of stocking up. Most Costco items are packaged for large households, or for people who plan their consumption well in advance. For those living alone, young couples, or smaller families, buying by the case or in bulk can become a burden rather than a benefit. Fruit that can't be eaten in time over-ripens, vegetables turn soggy after a few days, and bread grows moldy before it's finished. Dry goods may last longer, but they take up space and are easily forgotten in kitchen cabinets. Another issue is the guilt that comes with waste. Many people force themselves to keep eating the same foods just so they don't waste money, leading to repetitive meals, reduced enjoyment, and sometimes even poor nutritional choices. Others stockpile items and then forget what they bought, only to discover them after they've expired. With frozen foods, most household freezers simply don't have enough capacity, making proper storage difficult. And for everyday products like shampoo, soap, or toilet paper, buying too much often just crowds your living space. While the per-unit savings aren't that meaningful once you consider the cash that's effectively frozen in unused inventory. Buying more isn't wrong if you have a clear plan. But if you buy just because it looks cheap without considering real consumption, you'll quickly realize that the money you thought you saved is slowly disappearing through spoiled food, forgotten items, and trash bags filled with things you never got around to using. 6. The $1.50 hot dog combo is a rare, genuine exception. Among all the subtle strategies that encourage shoppers to spend more at Costco, there's one thing almost everyone agrees on. The $1.50 hot dog combo is a truly rare, long-lasting bargain. While gas prices, egg prices, and coffee prices fluctuate week to week, the hot dog and refillable drink combo has stayed the same since 1985. For just $1.50, you get a 1-wire 4-pound all-beef hot dog and a 20-oz fountain drink with free refills. Based on today's average prices, a comparable hot dog costs about $1.18 at the grocery store, the bun around $0.35, and a soda at least $1.27. That puts the homemade version at roughly $2.80, nearly double the Costco price, not counting prep time, cooking, or dishes. What's even more interesting is that many Costco locations place the food court outside the main warehouse, allowing non-members to buy this combo with cash. That means anyone, even without shopping inside, can enjoy this filling, affordable, no-frills meal. Do the math. If you eat the hot dog combo once a week, after 47 visits, you've effectively covered the $60 annual membership fee. For a family of 3, it takes less than 4 months for this combo to become a far more practical and realistic savings tool than trying to justify bulk toilet paper or frozen meat purchases just to get your money's worth. In a world where everything feels increasingly expensive and complicated, the simplicity and consistency of the $1.50 combo is genuinely refreshing. It's not a gimmick or a hidden marketing trick. It's a long-term promise, and one of the few truly real bargains Costco offers, whether you're a member or not. 7. Comparing Costco prices with regular grocery stores. Many people believe that shopping at Costco automatically means lower prices, the kind of savings you don't even need to compare, because bulk pricing is assumed to be a guaranteed deal. But when you actually put the numbers side by side, the difference isn't always what you expect. Sometimes it's only a few cents. Other times, Costco can even be more expensive, especially when traditional grocery stores are running promotions. Real-world price comparisons between Costco and chains like Walmart, Kroger, or Aldi show that on average, each item at Costco is only about $1.14 cheaper. For certain products like coffee, the maximum savings may be as little as 42 cents per serving. That means you'd need to buy more than 50 items per year just to break even on the $60 membership fee. And that's not counting the fact that some electronics and household items are occasionally priced the same, or even higher, than at Amazon or Best Buy, particularly when those retailers are offering flash deals or direct discount codes. Costco's packaging strategy also affects how prices are perceived. For example, Buying a 10 lb tray of chicken for $25 may feel like a much better deal than a 2 lb package at a grocery store for $6. But if you only use half of it before the chicken spoils, or you don't freeze it in time, the savings quietly turn into wasted money. On top of that, many local grocery stores use dynamic pricing strategies, frequent short-term discounts, reward points, or coupons for future purchases. For shoppers who actively compare prices and take advantage of promotions, traditional supermarkets can be just as competitive, or even cheaper, than buying in bulk at Costco. This doesn't mean Costco isn't affordable, but real savings require knowing reference prices, understanding your actual consumption, and factoring in storage and full usage, not just looking at the price per pound. Where you shop matters less than knowing what you're buying, how much you'll use, and whether it truly delivers value. Costco isn't always cheaper, and if you don't check carefully, you may end up paying more for the feeling of saving money. 8. The membership fee business model. When you walk into Costco, everything seems to signal savings. Exposed steel ceilings, rough concrete floors, no background music, and no flashy price signs. The minimalist design makes it feel like the store is cutting costs in order to pass the savings on to customers. What many people don't realize is that Costco's real profits don't come from merchandise. They come from the membership fee you pay just to walk through the door. In 2021 alone, Costco generated nearly $4 billion in membership fee revenue, accounting for about 72% of its total operating profit. That means even if customers buy less due to inflation or price fluctuations, as long as they keep their memberships, Costco maintains a steady profit stream. It's an incredibly smart collect first, sell later model. The money is already in their pocket before you purchase a single item. The membership fee doesn't seem high compared to other services. $60 for the basic plan and $120 for the executive tier. But that seemingly small cost directly affects consumer psychology. Once you've paid for the membership, you feel the need to make it worth it. Every time you visit Costco, even when you don't really need anything, it's easy to tell yourself, I already paid the fee, I might as well buy something. And just like that, you fall into the sweet trap known as sunk cost. This psychological effect, called the sunk cost fallacy, pushes you to keep investing in something simply because you've already paid for it, so it doesn't feel like a waste. But if you only shop a few times a year or frequently buy items outside your original plan, that membership card may end up costing you more than it saves. Costco doesn't force you to buy. It simply opens the door to those who've already committed with their wallet and lets you convince yourself to spend more each time you come back. It's a low-risk model for them, but without enough awareness, it can quietly turn into a recurring expense that delivers little real value for you. Smart shopping isn't just about finding low prices. It's about understanding your needs and controlling your spending behavior. Costco offers many attractive deals, but without awareness, it's easy to get swept up in the feeling of saving while actually spending more. In the end, real value comes from being proactive, planning ahead, buying only what you need, and not letting return policies or bulk pricing distort your sense of financial reality. Which part of the video surprised you the most?